Brennan Duckett joins me this morning from the National Restaurant Association. Brennan, so good to see you. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, you as well, Jeffrey. Really appreciate y'all having me on today.
Yeah, and I should say happy Valentine's Day to you.
Absolutely, you as well.
And oh, thank you. And I have to say, this is one of the most romantic days of the year. I love research, and I love the research that you guys are releasing around credit card swipe fees. But I have to say, I'm a little bummed. I'm bummed for consumers, but I'm also bummed for restaurateurs. I want to get your reaction to that, Brennan.
Yeah, thanks, Jeffrey. It's not quite a love story. I think would be to use a Valentine's Day pun. Swipe fees are sort of a hidden cost that a lot, all merchants that accept credit cards, is a cost that they bear. For most restaurants, it's actually sort of a top, I think, a top expense. Behind food and workforce costs, often in that top three, sometimes behind rent. But it is a constantly growing cost for restaurant operators of all shapes and sizes.
And my understanding, and you have the data, I don't, it's somewhere around 3%. I mean, it may vary by credit card company, but generally speaking, it's a 3% surcharge on top of what you're already paying. So if take your loved one, if I take my wife out tonight and I pay $50, and I'm probably going to use a credit card, by the way, I'm going to pay above that, and it's going to cost me a little bit more. It's going to cost me, four or five extra dollars.
That's right. I believe the average swipe fee is about 2.35%. But as you pointed out, Jeffrey, it really does depend on what card is used. Those sort of higher rewards cards often can exceed 3% and even get into that 4% range. So again, it's a huge cost for businesses, for consumers. In the last year, I believe it was 2024. Businesses and consumers across the country paid $187 billion in these swipe fees in 1 year alone. And we expect that cost to increase even more in 2025. We don't have those numbers quite yet. But it is, again, a constantly sort of growing cost, especially as consumers tend to move towards their credit cards more. Restaurants kind of still see about 1 in 4 purchases are made with cash, but again, that volume of credit is growing every single day, and it's a huge cost to our restaurant operators.
Yeah, I mean, there are restaurants here in Charlotte, North Carolina, where they do not even accept cash. I guess they don't want to even handle cash. So more and more, we're transacting electronically, digitally. I'm all about. I think organizations like banking institutions, they need to make money. I mean, they have shareholders and employees. Is there a way to bring these costs down? You would think technology creates scale. We have a lot of technological infrastructure. Is there a way to bring these costs down for both consumers and restaurateurs longer term?
Yeah, it's a great question, Jeffrey. So there are solutions being presented at both in Congress and before state legislatures as well. Those solutions kind of look different at the federal level. There's the Credit Card Competition Act that would do exactly as it sounds, and bring competition and force some of the larger players in the payment ecosystem to actually compete with each other, which, as we all know, will bring costs down and increase technological capacities and basically improve service as well. And then just yesterday, actually, the restaurant and merchant communities secured a huge legal win in Illinois, where a judge upheld a new law that would prohibit these swipe fees from being charged on the sales tax and the tip portion of every transaction conducted, electronic payment transaction conducted in Illinois. So that'll be a huge saver for businesses and consumers alike in Illinois. So, we hope to see in the states more, once as the lawsuit, was wrapped up. We hope that more state legislatures will feel comfortable moving forward with their own types of solutions, in addition to continuing to push Congress to do so as well.
I kind of lump restaurants, most restaurants, into the small business category. They may be different in a lot of different ways, but I'm a layperson, and we want to have more small businesses. We want to have more restaurants. We want people to, say you retire at age 55, maybe you want to create your own restaurant. Well, it's a big barrier to entry if you know that on top of everything, and you said this is one of the bigger line items, is that percentage. I think this really stands in the way of some really good food opportunities in neighborhoods around the country. I mean, it really does.
Yeah, to your point, Jeffrey, I think about 90% of restaurants in America are small business operators. They run on razor thin margins, roughly 3 to 5%, tax pre-tax margins, and it's a very, and it's a very competitive business as well. And you're exactly right that these swipe fees are a cost that I don't think that everyone probably thinks about as a first, sort of expense. Again, food and labor kind of come to mind first, but this certainly is a barrier to entry for folks as they look to open businesses.
I've signed many a credit card slip, and I don't seem to recall the surcharge on there, but I'm going to have to look again tonight when I take my wife out. Brennan, excellent research. Keep up the great work. We thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to having you back on the program again very soon.
Awesome, Jeffrey. Thank you so much again for the time today, and hope everyone listening has a happy Valentine's Day.
Well, thanks for watching, and don't forget, we're back again tomorrow morning with another great expert and another great topic. You can tune in right here Monday through Sunday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget to subscribe to our daily newsletter, The Morning Pulse, for all the news in one place, delivered directly to your email box. Check it out at our website.